There's a very specific kind of silence that's falling over the uranium market right now. It's like the silence of a bomb squad staring at a wire they just realized they can't cut. Okay, we need to dive into this because a countdown has already begun.
And that's not a prediction. That's not a guess. It's a statement of fact, based on events that are already in motion. The fallout? Well, that's just a matter of time now.
You see, while everyone was distracted, a silent emergency got triggered. A clock started ticking down, and the alarm is set for 2028. And what kicked it all off? The ban on Russian uranium, which was signed into law back in May of 2024.
Yeah, that one single event started a 28-month timer. This isn't about what might happen anymore. It's about the mathematical certainty of what is happening right now, just under the surface of the daily price chart.
So, to really get what's coming, you have to understand this fundamental conflict, this battle that's raging at the heart of the market. It's a fight between two completely different games, the paper game that Wall Street's playing and the physics game that's happening in the real world.
And right here, this is the disconnect in action. Look on the left, you've got the paper game. Wall Street sees a $75 spot price and they call it consolidation. They use volatility to scare you, the retail investor, out of your position. But then, look to the right. Look at the physics. We've got an 80 to 90 million pound annual deficit. It takes 20 years to build a new mine. And real-world utilities? They're already panic buying at $86 a pound, way over the so-called spot price.
And that's the absolute heart of it. The banks, they want you glued to that paper price. But we're focused on the physics, the simple, brutal reality of supply and demand. And guess what? In the end, physics is undefeated. It always wins.
This isn't just about keeping the lights on anymore. The whole equation has changed because uranium just got a major upgrade. It's moved from being just another commodity to being a critical strategic weapon right at the center of technology and national security.
And here's the detail that Wall Street hasn't really priced in yet. First, the AI revolution. You've got companies like Microsoft already looking to nuclear power because their data centers need an almost unbelievable amount of electricity. Second, that Russian ban. It officially turned the energy supply chain into a geopolitical battlefield. And third, every major nation on Earth is now scrambling to lock down its own energy future, one that's totally independent of Russia. This is a huge, brand new source of demand that just wasn't even on the radar a few years back.
Okay, now let's run the numbers. Let's see how this all stacks up. Because this is the part where the whole thesis becomes, well, kind of undeniable. This is what we call the math of extinction.
And this is the problem, laid bare. Just look at this. By 2028, global demand is set to hit around 230 million pounds a year. Global supply? It's stuck down at 140 million pounds, and folks, it's actually declining. There's no magic wand to fix this. The numbers tell the whole story. The gap is enormous, and it's getting wider every single day.
A 90 million pound annual deficit. That's the reality. That's the number that's going to break this market. It's not a question of if the price reflects this scarcity. It's just a question of when.
We are literally entering a phase where uranium becomes, for all practical purposes, unobtainium. A material so scarce, it's basically reserved for the most critical industries and locked away from the rest of us.
So how does this actually play out? Well, the end game speeds up really fast. In 2026, we're going to see major production cuts hit the market, and the spot price is probably going to break $100. By 2027, the deficit is critical, and all those secondary stockpiles, they're gone. And then 2028 hits. The Russian ban is fully enforced, and almost half of the U.S. enrichment supply just vanishes, poof, with no replacement ready to go. This is the extinction event for the current supply chain.
For anyone who's unprepared, this is a real nightmare. But for the informed investor, this is the moment you've been waiting for. So let's talk about your Monday battle plan. This is how you watch it all unfold in real time.
Okay, here are the signals. First, keep your eyes glued to the spot price. A clean break above $80 is the confirmation signal for the next leg up. Second, watch the long-term contract volume. If you see anything over 100 million pounds for 2026 delivery, it means the utility panic is getting worse. Third, watch the physical uranium trusts, like SPT. If their buying suddenly accelerates, it means the big money sees exactly what's coming. And finally, look for more tech giants to announce nuclear power deals. Every one of those adds millions of pounds of new, unforecasted demand to the fire.
And it all just comes back to this one fundamental truth.
The paper games can cause some chop, some volatility, but they can't print more uranium. The physical reality of this supply deficit is absolute, and in this market, reality is going to win.
The silence before the detonation is ending. That 2028 wire is cut, and the countdown that started back in May 2024 is now ticking away. So the only question left to ask is, are you positioned for what happens next, or are you going to be panicking right alongside everyone else?